Hey, my voice. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're in the world. Hello. I know it's been a long time. There's been tons of struggle in the world. There's been tons of struggle, and for all of us, I feel it like a huge, great deal. So today we're going to face those struggles. Today we're going to sit in that space and talk to spirit and our highest self and bring forward what we need to hear for ourselves. Like, through struggles we forge our highest and best selves. Like, who experiences that? When there's so much struggle in your life, you have to face yourself, you have to face the struggle, you have to face the emotions, and what part of you is forged. We consciously can choose that. My voice is really weird today. It must be going through some stuff, but we consciously can choose that. Weird. I'm going with it. All right, so let's clear ground. Got trap music on today. Great Holy Spirit, God's first creator, and guides and angels, our personal team and oversoul, please come forward today as we connect to our highest, as we bring forward our highest and best through this physical body. Yes. We call forward our ancestors and the elementals that would like to join us today on this beautiful, beautiful day. I was going to bring out my singing bowl. We have to clear our energies. We have to clear our minds. We have to clear our emotional field. Hello, Ariel, my queen. Hello. Energy flows so much better when you're in my energy. I fucking love you. I don't know what happened to my voice. Like, I don't know. I did some yoga, esoteric dancing, and I'm purging. We're all purging on this huge level. I've been dry heaving and just releasing all this fucking icky ass. And I don't know, my voice is all messed up now. So I don't know, whatever. We're going with the flow. Throat chakra. I've been so me personally, I've been way out of balance. After my dad died, taking this new job, and then getting COVID, like my body still hurts. I'm like week 2. So I just been swamping out all these energies and swamping out all this fucking frequency and swamping out all this pain and emotions. And it so ties in with the world and what is going on with the world and women's rights and people's rights, war and destruction. And we feel that in our chakras. We feel that in our bodies. We're all connected to the earth. We're all connected to each other. There's no separation. So we're feeling this. So my biggest question today is, how are we choosing to transform through these energies? Who are we consciously choosing to be? How are we consciously choosing to bring ourselves forward? Like, I've been in a space of self-loathing and self-pity. But that's because I was connected to the human attachments of emotion, which is huge. The human attachments of emotions, the human attachment of a people, the human attachments of material things. So how are you forging yourself through your shadows, through your emotions, through your human attachments, through the person that you want to be versus the person that you're becoming? Like, we can consciously choose this. We can consciously choose who we're becoming. And after after the portal, and we stepped into this new frequency, now we're like shuddering. I hear shuddering off all of these emotions. We are shuddering, and they're showing it to me like broken glass. Like, and I want to go grab my mint. Really interesting. They're like broken glass. Like, the frequency is being broken off of us, but we still have to work through those old emotions. We still have to work through those old 3D paradigms, 4D paradigms, wherever we are on our journey. A lot of us are even at the 8D level, but we're still in human form, and we're still going through all these human expectations and all this human emotion and the earthly emotions and all the struggles. Like, my root chakra has been fucked up. All my chakras have been, it's like this. And to be able to feel that and consciously know, to consciously bring yourself into that wholeness, to accept those feelings therein, like accepting the self-pity, the self-loathing, the self-struggles, the fucked up root chakras, the fucked up earth, wherever we are in this chaotic transition. And it's showing it to me like a huge dark cloud. And then I see like a difference between Kalima energy and Isis energy. And I've been connecting to Isis a lot lately. She's been my saving grace. But it's like she's like consciously see. How are you empowering yourself in that space of acceptance? Like our emotions are our emotions, they're not going to go away. And our feelings are our feelings, but this is where our power center is. Our feelings is where our power center is. That is how we bring forward our change. That is how we are tempered in the ways of spirit. Ah, yes, I love that. Tempered in the ways of spirit. I'm working on my emotions like that too. Yes, queen. But I think a lot of us are. This is collective purging. Collective purging. Like I seriously have been dry heaving since I had COVID. I got rashes all over my body. My body is still on fire. So I keep going through this Phoenix rising. And then it shifts from Phoenix rising to like Thunderbird rising. It's how are you constantly choosing to work through these energies? We have to face them. Yeah. But they come out when they're supposed to. Yesterday I had a conversation with my beautiful soul sister Dawn. And she helped me connect to the fact that we are connected to attachment of things, of people. Like after my dad died, both my parents, we get connected to the things that they had, or the things that they wanted, or the things that we wanted, or the things that we were supposed to get. And there's the self-loathing. Like that's all material shit. What they gave us is within us. The love, the goofiness, the magic. And those things don't go away. Those things we take to the grave. And when Don told me that, I was like, oh, that was my moment of reflection. Like, okay. So, because I've been asking, why can't I shift this energy? Like, I'm a master of alchemizing energy and I'm still in the self loathing space. She's like, because you're attached to it. I'm like, oh, okay, Buddha. Right? Yes, man, I have heard of time connecting to the earth because how crazy and ugly it can be done. Yes. But that is where we have to be. That is why we're light workers. That is where we're light houses. That's why we have the power within us to transmute this energy. Accepting where we are in the self-loathing and the pain and the destruction and the purging and the puking, whatever it is, accepting that space and allowing it to transmute through us, we are the light beings. We are the lighthouses. We are the change that we seek. We are the change in the universe. We are bringing this forward in a way that is alchemizing the energy of the earth. She heals through us. The universe heals through us. We bring this forward in a way that all can see and all can heal. And when we forge this path, when we build the bridges or walk through the bridges that we've created, quote unquote, we transmute that energies for others to follow. That's why the warriors were chosen. That's why the warriors are struggling. That's why the warriors are sitting in the space of self-loathing, self-destruction, self-pity, whatever. I heard violent struggle and victim mentality, which we all get into that space. It's mind drama. It's mind drama. We have to see those shadows. We have to see the mind drama. We have to accept that because it's our shadow aspect. We cannot throw it away. It's our shadow aspect. Those are our power centers because once we bring them into wholeness and accept them as they are forged into a new, stronger steel. They are forged into a new, stronger way of being. A pirate ship? I'm okay. Okay. Interesting. So excited that you're here. I miss you too. Like I've been in this space, man. I was so sick. I'm still not right. But it's okay because we're going through the shift. And once we go into these, I asked for this, honestly. Like after my dad died and the huge family struggles, it was like, I'm not in alignment at work. I'm not in alignment in myself. My body's out of alignment. And it was like, I chose to get sick. I'm like, I wish I could get sick so I could be at home and rest. Quote unquote, Soraya, you dumbass. I claimed that. I wanted that. But to connect to the space of transformation and forging your own steel through spirit, I feel like my skin has been ripped off and we are being tempered by spirit. We are being tempered by our soul. We're being tempered by the light. We're being tempered by the sun. We're being tempered by the moon. It's a full moon tomorrow. And here we are bringing these things into wholeness, into consciousness. So through the pain and through the pity, we forge ourselves into our highest and best selves. Like I chose that I'm not going to sit in this space. See, I'm not going to sit in the space of self-loathing anymore. I'm going to face the shadows and stand in my power. Ooh, stand in your power, to stand in your voice, to stand in your energy field, to stand in the vortex in which you've created for yourself. We are multidimensional beings. We are multidimensional beings who have created the steps for us. We have laid out tons of breadcrumbs for our souls. Like I'm amazed at the breadcrumbs my soul leaves for me to follow. So this is a time for us to tune deepest into ourselves, into our emotions, into what we feel, fear, all of the above, and what are the breadcrumbs that our soul has left. Where are we supposed to be going? Where are we supposed to be going? It is what we make it. It's what we consciously choose. And that's the biggest thing. Come on, go over here. You're not supposed to be in there. Come on, bear. I see a huge raven. Interesting. And a rainbow behind it. And ravens to me is tuning into your inner well of magic, is tuning into your rebirth, is tuning into your fractal self. Interesting. I hear fractal self. And I hear imagination and empowerment. It's really cool that I see the rainbow behind the raven, because we're talking about consciously choosing, which is really, really beautiful. I wonder what the message is in that space. So the empowerment in this space is connecting to these emotions, connecting to these feelings, connecting through the body of emotion, because our feelings and our emotion is where the power is. That's where we forge our own steel. And we are having a sun shower right now. How beautiful is that? That's where we forge our new steel, where we forge our new selves, where we forge. I don't want to say more, because we're bringing this highest and best into our physical body. We're bringing this through us into this physical realm. And that's what the shuttered glass is about. That's what this frequency is about. We're bringing our highest and best down into our physical form and out into our existence, out into our new existence, into our acceptance, into our human form. So how are you consciously choosing to bring yourself into human form? How are you consciously choosing to I hear work through your shutter, you work through your existence. Through these feelings, we can summon our inner strength. Through these feelings, we can summon the inner strength within us, the inner well of, I hear acceptance, which is beautiful. I hear mobility and immobility. So we have to accept when we're in our self-loathing. We have to accept when we're in our shadows. We have to accept all of those emotions, because they are part of us. They don't go away. Sitting in the space of acceptance is a very, very powerful place to be, because it empowers you. It brings you into wholeness. It brings you into acceptance, and it brings you into empowerment, which is huge. Acceptance. Be very, very beautiful. I wrote down some beautiful points today. I was laying in bed. I was like, oh my God, I have to talk. I've been sitting in the space of, what am I supposed to be bringing forward? And it's like, it's in the soul. It's not in the mind. It's in the soul. It's funny that you're talking about the fragrance fractals, because yesterday my selenite broke into a, wow, that's powerful. That is beautiful. Wow. That's a beautiful thing. That means you've connected to the highest form of yourself. That means you've brought forward all of those energies within you. That means that it has served its purpose to bring you into a stage of mastery, of angelic form, of highest and best. So you've connected to your highest and best. Or cute. It's a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. So good job, Ariel. That's fucking beautiful. I haven't had any stones break in a long time. In fact, I need to cleanse my stones, because it's been crazy. I've been laying in bed with my stones. When I had that COVID, I was seriously in bed in the dark for 3 days with no phone, no music, no nothing. Like wanting to rip my face off, on the edge of death, like ripping my skin off, which is really interesting, because after my dad died, I've been trying to stand in the emotions of vulnerability. How hard is it to be in your vulnerability? To bring yourself forward in a space of complete open rawness of all of your emotions, how weak you feel, strong you feel, how low you feel. All of these emotions are part of yourself, but they're so empowering to accept them, because they are who you are. Bring them into a fractal wholeness, and you go through a forging of spirit. And there are the crows, a whole murder of crows. Hello, my loves. And that brings me to the fractal part of self, bringing yourself into wholeness. Wow, that's really beautiful. So we're like these little babies, right? We're going through this purge. Like, I mean purge. When your body needs you to purge, I'm serious. Is dry heaving at work. I dry heaved before I started this, releasing all that energy. Being a shaman, you learn how to release different forms of energy. I promise you, it is so important for you to know how to release different forms of your energy, because if you don't, your body backs up on you and you become this heavy, depressed soul, almost lost, right? So learning to purge, learning to ground, learning to, I heard drink tea, which is interesting. Wherever you learn to purge those energies will seriously prove or bring you into a very beautiful, balanced form of self. And the dry heaving, that's something that the Native Americans have always done as shamans, to dry heave out the energy, like literally dry heaving it out. So I think that's very beautiful to be able to dry heave that out, I just listen to my body. What does your body need to do? There's also like a swamping, tuning into the space of the pain in your body and giving it permission to move, giving it permission to work its way through your body, to exit your body, and then breathing 3 heavy breaths afterwards to tell your body that the energy has been released. That seriously gets it out of your luminous field. It gets it out of your energy, and it brings you closer to that highest and best form that you are birthing through your physical body. Allowing your emotions and fears, accepting your shadows, becoming whole again. Using this emotional energy to help you transform. That's a good one. So we have to tune into the emotional part of ourselves and connecting to the warrior part of yourself. Not saying that we have to put on our armor and like, oh, I'm going to kill everything. No. Your warrior heart, your warrior love, your warrior existence, your power center, your energy, your love, right? Tuning into the warrior space within yourself. What does your warrior want? Ooh. And your warrior is your soul. So what does your soul want? How is it leading you, guiding you, like the breadcrumbs we were talking about? What is your highest, most form of self that you're trying to move forward in this physical realm? It's not out here anymore. Our highest and best is not out here anymore. We are bringing it forward through ourselves. So what is this trying to forge through you? Who are you becoming? What are you consciously choosing to become? Every what was it? Every 10th of a second, every blink of an eye, we consciously can choose who we're becoming and where we're going. Here we're going to transmute the energy that's beautiful. Who are we consciously choosing to become? And how beautiful of this to be happening on the Capricorn moon. All this purging through the, I see the portal. I see this portal, like the eclipse. And it's like, both the moon and the sun. I see the sun portal and the eclipse. But right before this Lyrian energy, the Lyrians are really going to help us transmute a lot of energy in there. I've been connecting to them briefly, which is awesome. Bringing us forward in a way of, I hear forgiveness. Interesting. My sister and I were talking about forgiveness yesterday, and this is part of the purge. It's part of the energy that is in our luminous field. This is what has to be purged. Thank you. No, I don't want to leave anything. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. So, okay. We were talking about forgiveness. She was having a hard time forgiving people that have hurt her. Right? We're purging out all these emotions. It's in our luminous field. We have to release it and face it. And she's like, maybe I have to forgive myself first. And I was like, like you could hear the angels, like, maybe I have to forgive myself first. And I was like, wow, how powerful is that? To forgive yourself in the face of destruction, to forgive yourself in the face of chaos, because we are doing our highest and best at all times. Sometimes we wish we'd make moves that we didn't, but we have to accept that of who we are and who we were at the time, because we as humans make the highest and best choice that we can at the time that we think is for us. And a lot of times we don't make moves, and that's where the guilt and shame come in. But these energies are asking to be purged from us. When we're holding on to guilt and shame, we are holding on to that dense frequency. How do we let go of guilt and shame? Acceptance is huge. Forgiveness is huge. And then forgiving the other person. And then you're allowing that energy to transmute within you. And it's pulled to my heart space. And it's like puzzles. It's like constellations in your energy. And that brings me to a huge channeled message I had about 6 months ago. Like, our energy field is like star constellations. All this energy, all this trauma, all this space, all this love, it's all like we are stars. It's a constellation within us. Once we face all of those different constellations, all those different placements of the stars, we bring them into wholeness, into our power center. That's when transformation happens. So facing the destruction and facing the chaos and facing the chaos in the earth, facing the destruction in the earth, brings this to a wholeness in our energy centers so we can transform like a supernova. It is not easy. It's a huge purge. It's kind of scary. You're facing all your shadows. Everything in your life is changing. Depression, darkness, mind drama. Your fears are right in front of your face. And it's like, well, of course, as a human, we run from them. But we have to stop and face them. We have to take off the mask of those fears that we're running from and accept them for who we are and who they are and bring them into wholeness. What are you guys saying? That's me, baby Cancer Queen. My Cancer is always on. I always have some strong feelings and emotions. Amen. But that's where your power center is. Like, that brings, like, when I was molested from the time I was a baby. Like, I'm serious. I was still in diapers. I couldn't even walk. Less than 6 months old. This was a huge, huge ball of rage for me for my whole life. I was a victim. Huge, huge ball of rage. Like, I finally had to face all of that rage. That is my strongest fucking power center. No shit. Now when I do spell work or healing or earth healing or even sometimes other people healings, I tune into that space of rage and I use it for love because that's what it's there for. And my soul cleared out that journey. My soul cleared out that soul's karma for the family. So we can all rise through this existence of this awakening. The strongest souls chose to go in those families, of violent past, of struggles, of addictions, so we can transmute the energy and use it for our power center. Now, the devil is going to try and keep you in a space of non existence where it is your weakness, but we are empowered. We are empowered when we choose to consciously shift and temper our own energy, when we choose to consciously shift and tune into our spirit centers, our soul centers, and use that energy for power, use it for love, use it for love. There was a time in my existence when I was like, no, we're just talking how to transform through this destruction and chaos. There was a time in my existence when I was like, how can you transform that into love? That was so much rage. There's so much pain. There's so much shame. There's so much destruction in that. I promise you, when you go through and face those shadows, face those feelings of destruction, face those frameworks of your subconscious and shadow works, and bring it into a space of love, it is the most power you will ever hold within yourself, within your body. It is so powerful. And once you shift yourself from being a victim to being empowered, you using that as your highest and best self. Therefore, nothing can harm you. The devil can't pull you in different directions. We pull ourselves in different directions, yes, but that's completely different. And I like, hey, leave the baby alone. I got baby chickens in the yard. That's when we're laughing in the devil's face, because we're using that energy for our highest and best self. I live in Minnesota, northern Minnesota. That was going to bring me to shame again. That shame holds in our luminous field. It holds in our frequency. It holds in ourselves, and it keeps us in a lower state of existence. So how can you accept yourself and your shame or your guilt in this very, very moment so you can shift the consciousness of your existence? Ooh, that's a good word, Oversoul. That's a good one. How can you accept your shame and guilt in this very moment so you can connect to your highest form of consciousness? I'm a Gemini. Leo moon, Leo rising. Bringing myself out to speak heavenly truth. So this purge that we're all going through is bringing us into a new alignment. When we, oh my God, it's so exciting. Now I'm getting to the exciting part. When we went through this huge portal with the eclipses, and then we went through that Cancer moon, and then the Cancer new moon, or it was a Scorpio new moon. That was our death. Like, that is our death. That is our purge, right? The purge. So we've been in the space of purge for, I don't know, I've been in it for at least a month. How about you guys? How long you been in a space of purging? Anyway, how do you bring this into a space of purging and acceptance and the consciousness of your existence? Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm definitely rewatching this because such amazing. Thank you, Ariel. You're so beautiful. So it's bringing me to the purge of your fears, of your emotions, of your mind dramas, of your subconscious belief centers. Ooh, that's a good one. Your subconscious belief centers, those things in which have been programmed in your mind, programmed in your subconscious, programmed in your existence that have kept you from your highest and best self, right? So how do you purge these energies out? Especially when grounding is so hard. Like, I shouldn't say grounding is so hard, but when the earth is in so much chaos and destruction, it's get the fuck out of here. The energy out of here. Fuck out of here. We got it. I don't need that shit. Later. So when the world is in chaos and destruction, how do you bring yourself into the space of purging? How do you ground yourself into the world? How do you ground yourself into the earth? Remember why you're here. Remember why you're here. Like, for real. We came here for a purpose. We came here for a reason. We came here for our soul's truth, for the evolution of our soul, of the evolution of our consciousness into Christ consciousness and divine love. So when we're connecting to the earth and connecting to our grounding roots, how do we bring forward that divine love? How do we bring that forward in a way that is untapped, untamed, unchained from the chaos and destruction? Because remember, the earth heals through us, we heal through the earth. We are lightning rods, we are lighthouses for this evolution of change. How can you connect in the earth and remember that you are divine love, consciously and subconsciously? And remember that the earth is divine love, and we are purging and rolling together, bringing that forward in a way of higher realm existence. Ooh, that's good. Higher realm existence. So you're transmitting the energy of the earth. You're transmitting the energy of your chakras. You're transmitting the energy of your root chakra, which everybody I've talked to has had a hard time in the root chakra. Their hips are out. They're not feeling safe. They're not being secure. They're not feeling any of these secure feelings. That's your root chakra, right? With the earth going through everything it's going through, you have to bring yourself into a space of existence of love. Remembering that the earth is purging, we are purging. We can consciously shift the evolution of the earth through love with ourselves, through love with the earth, through love with each other. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. Spiritual growth and guidance, channeling and reading energy. All right. It's beautiful. I'm going to come back on in a little bit and do a channeled energy for this full moon. Because we are connected to highest myself. I was also going to do an energy healing and an energy clearing, but I'm not going to tie these two together because I want them to be separate. I want the energy to be clearing, to be pure, to be of holy light and of earthly light. So also, they're showing me the guides. Like, our guides and angels are bringing us to a different form of existence for ourselves, because we are creating this. That's why we are here in this change, in this awakening process, in the consciousness of evolution. What have you created for yourself? What have you created for yourself? Your soul. Like, you're creating something within yourself. Remember your whys. Remember why you're here. Remember why you came to this fucking earth right now through this evolution, through this chaotic change and destruction. Because you are divine love. Your soul is divine love. Your God spark is the most powerful center within you. Once you're connecting to your shadows and integrating this, you're bringing yourself into a space of transformation and forging your new spirit, forging your best and highest through your physical body. So remember who you are. Why are you here? What is your truth? Remember your whys. What is your whys? Why are you here? What is your truth? What are you here for? It's not to feel the destruction and get stuck in the chaos. No, we're here to transmute that energy. We are master alchemizers of energy, right? We are master alchemizers of energy. That's why we're here. That's why we're lightning rods. That's why we are lighthouses. We have built the bridge. Now we have to walk across it and show people how to alchemize this energy. Why are you here? And it gets my heart super, super excited. Like, almost skipping a beat. I don't know who the hell you are. Get the hell out of here. So I ask you, in your heart of hearts, why are you here? What did you come here for? It's beautiful. Dude, seriously. Knock it off. Rocking that sexual energy. That is also a power center. Beautiful. Bring it into acceptance. Bring it into your power center of who you truly are, who you're truly becoming. Like, sometimes I have to ask myself my why a million times a day, especially when we're in places that we don't want to be in our life. Like, I don't want to be at my place of work right now. Like, I have a higher existence in this world right now, but that's where I am at this time. So I have to accept that space. I have to work through that space, and I have to bring that into acceptance of non-resistance. Ooh, resisting the non-resistance. When we're resisting the non-resistance through our awakening process, when we're resisting the non-resistance through our shift, through our consciousness, through our purge, we get hit with that 2x4. We bring ourselves into where the world is chaos even in front of us. Nothing is working. Everything's breaking down. The computer breaks. The fridge breaks. It's like Mercury retrograde in your face all day, every day. So you're bringing yourselves into the existence of change. But how do you not resist? We are humans. We resist these things. Like for real. Interesting. Frequency. Get the hell out of here with that frequency. Pulling on my heartstrings. All right, anything else, Spirit? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. When you feel yourself resisting, what does that feel like? It's really, really important to know your shadows. Know your shadows. Know your weaknesses. Know your fears. Because this is where your power is. But then you don't stumble over your own blocks. You don't stumble over your own feet. You don't stumble over your own fears. You see them consciously. That's why working through your subconscious blocks is so, so important, so you can see your blocks, especially when we're going through so many shifts, right? You guys, seriously, like, I'm going to block your asses. Get the hell out of here with that shit. Like, for real. I know, right? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Beautiful. So we're in this center point energy of a shift in between summer and fall. Our seeds are starting to grow. The things that we've been working on are starting to grow. They're still little babies. I'm looking at this baby chicken right here, and it's so fucking cute. It just got its flight feathers, right? It's so, so cute. But if we're looking at our existence like that, and we're looking at all the seeds that we planted in the spring, our seeds are still growing. How are you caring for your seeds through your purge? Ooh, that's good. And if you're not, don't beat yourself up, because chaos and destruction come to your life, and they put you in an existence of change or of purging, or sometimes sickness or immobility. But sometimes that's how it goes when you're in a phoenix rising energy. Sometimes that's how it goes when you're in the transmutation of change. Sometimes that's how it goes when you're in the midst of chaos. When you're in the midst of the storm and you're the calm in the eye of the storm, you know that your body is shifting. You know that your existence is shifting. You know that your energy vortex is shifting into a higher form of self, of existence, of crystalline being. Yourself, it's releasing that gift. Your seeds are growing because you gave them so much love. They're still growing, I promise you that. So worry about self. Bring that into self. How are you watering your own seeds? How are you watering your own light? How are you watering your own existence? Remember that you are love. Hello, Dawn, my love. Here to transmute some energy. Thank you. Remember that you are love. The more you give yourself love, everything else around you gets watered in love. How fucking beautiful is that? And remember, when you're connecting to the earth, you're bringing forward the highest form of love. Remember that you consciously create that love and transmutation. Hello, beautiful sun. All right. I think I'm ready for some tarot cards now. So I'm going to end this live because this is for spiritual life coaching. And I'm going to come back on for some tarot reads. I'm going to do it on YouTube. I'm not going to do it on Facebook. We're going to expand this space. We're going to bring this into a space of expansion, of love, of acceptance, of lighthouse. Remember that you are the lighthouses. Remember that you are not alone. You create your existence. You create the universe in which you stand. You are a superhuman. You are bringing yourselves into superpowers. You are enlightening these things within you, in your existence. And remember that you are not alone in the space, and you are enlightening these things within you and within your existence. And remember that you are not alone in the space, and you are a miracle. Your power centers is the breath of life. Connecting to your innermost existence is your power center, and you are not alone in the space. It's beautiful. All right, I hope you guys have a super fucking awesome, beautiful, amazing day. Remember that you're not alone. Reach out if you need help. Yeah, love you.